What's going on, guys? So a super quick market update. Just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of what exactly was reported today and what it means for the overall market. So I really hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Again, obviously the stock market is closed in observance to Good Friday and Easter Sunday. This Sunday, but NASDAQ futures still caught most of the move of what happened shortly after these economic reports were released. So we could see that I'm in Arizona, right? So at 6:30 is when the market opened. So 1 hour before market opens is 5:30, as you can see right on over here. We aggressively sold off, tested support right around 13,130. And then we found a support here, and we are now testing the same highs that we were testing on yesterday's close. So it looks like the market is reacting in a positive way because of these economic reports that were released. So for those that are unaware, the main one that was being released today is the unemployment rate. This is something that, again, has a big focus on being able to track if the labor market is going up or if the labor market is actually coming down. And as you guys can see here, the unemployment rate had an expectation of 3.6%. We were previously sitting at 3.6%, and today we came in at 3.5%. This means that unemployment is actually lower than expected. Now, the market is reacting in a positive way. This normally would not have happened if this was just a couple of weeks ago, right? Because this is not supporting the case that the economy is actually slowing down. But because it's already to be expected that the Federal Reserve is set to pivot, although it hasn't been announced, it's why the market has been on this little bull run ever since the banks have been failing. It's because if the Federal Reserve continues to raise interest rates with its fight against inflation, then it can put other banks, larger banks, in potential hot water. So as of right now, although the unemployment rate actually dropped, which is normally good, right? Because we want less people to be unemployed. I don't know if that's necessarily what the Federal Reserve wants. The market right now, all I'm here to share with you is the market is reacting in a positive way. The futures market has already closed. But from the time that the futures market was open and these reports were released, the market was reacting in a positive way. As you can see, NASDAQ futures not only pulled on back, but then aggressively began to retest that same resistance at 13,200. So very excited to follow up. Just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of what these reports came in at and how the market is reacting differently than how it's been reacting in the past before, right? Because anytime unemployment actually came in lower than expected, the market would sell off, right? Because then that would support the case that the Federal Reserve can create more rate hikes. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right? For those that are asking, the next interest rate hike is next week, right? I'm sorry, not interest rate hike. The next inflation report is next week. For those that are unaware, it's the CPI data report that gets released anywhere from like the 10th to the 14th of every single month. And this one's going to be April 12th. So it should be next week. It should be, if I'm not mistaken, Wednesday of next week. And I will be live streaming it for free on my YouTube channel. All you literally have to do is subscribe. This is probably one of the most important reports that gets released every single month, other than, of course, the FOMC meeting where they announce the interest rate hike. There's the interest rate hike, and there's, of course, the CPI data report, and they use the data from the CPI data report to determine if they're going to create rate hikes depending if inflation is actually coming down. But just wanted to make sure that you guys were prepared for that, especially because again, it should be a very interesting week as the overall market is expecting the Federal Reserve to pivot. So I'll leave it at that. I really do appreciate you guys' time. Just wanted to make sure that you got a quick little update on how and why what was reported today. If you have any questions beyond this, feel free to direct message me via Discord. We have a free Discord chat. It's the first link in the description down below, and I would love to answer any questions you might have. I do want to remind you that I do trade live every morning. The market is open with our LPP team. So if you're having trouble as an absolute beginner, I want to remind you, I do not tell people where to buy and sell. I do not send out call outs or alerts on where you should buy and sell, but you get to watch me trade. You get to see my entries, you get to see my exits, but the idea is for you to understand my thought process behind every trade I take. That is where you can actually learn of why you should or should not enter. And you catch my green days, and of course you catch my red days as well. So if you want an inside look on that and you want to learn more about what it would be like to be a part of our LPP team, I would encourage you to take 2 minutes, click the second link down below, learn more about our LPP team, and see if it's a good fit for you. Other than that, I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.